My name is Keith HERMIZ. I live in Grafton, Vermont, where I'm part of the volunteer EMS squad there. I moved to Vermont with my wife in 2003, immediately got involved in the fire department, and actually put off getting involved in EMS for several years, mostly because I didn't think I could handle being in these sorts of situations, medical or trauma situations. And like many people who get involved in EMS, my wife and I were out for dinner one night. We had a family member who became faint. They called the rescue squad in that town, and a couple of volunteers showed up from the EMS system there. And we realized at that point that this was something we could do and that we should do. And the both of us got involved at that point and started training, and that's ever since just been escalating from that point. I think a lot of people probably have a concern that, my personal experience has been that, I've had challenges even donating blood and watching those gory Drive Red movies, and was concerned that I'd get into a situation, there was an emergency and I wouldn't be able to handle it. And it's turned out not to be true. So the preconception for me was that I would not be able to deal with these sorts of things under stress. I still have problems giving blood, but I've been under some fairly traumatic situations, and the training kicks in and you get focused and care for the patient. There's been a lot of personal satisfaction being able to go out to people who are either injured or have some medical condition that they don't understand, or even a situation where they do understand the medical condition and just need someone there to aid them, give them some comfort. But the other side of it is it's just attractive to me intellectually, and also just from the standpoint of doing something that's very unique. If you really want to get into EMS, there's a lot of problem solving there. So I think that's sort of, you walk into a situation with a person who has chest pain and all the directions that can go, and trying to get the information that you need to get into a direction that you can help them. I find that very intellectually satisfying as well. In the middle of the night, you get tone goes off, you're in a dead sleep, you wake up, you're struggling to hear what the call sounds like, you're worried about where the location is, who the person is, their age, what medical report is being given, dust yourself off, get some clothes on, find the car keys. There's this whole period of disorientation. But for us, many of us carry some amount of equipment that we have in the house. So it's throwing on a jump bag, grabbing the AED, grabbing the stethoscope, running out the door. But I think we do well by the people in town, so typically the conversations are all positive. Just the other day, I was in the garage getting some snow tires put on my wife's car, and a woman stopped me who we'd seen probably a year ago and said, I was going to write you a check for our annual donation to the rescue, but I wanted to tell you the call that you guys came out to do, you were aces. Everything that you did was great. And oh, by the way, it was this condition that I had when I went to the hospital. So people are, almost engaging with us in kind of like a patient-doctor relationship, where they're sharing, what's happened after the fact, which is kind of cool. It's absolutely essential. I think people appreciate it. I think people understand what it means to have those responders close by. But it's vital. I don't know that how things would be in Grafton without a rescue squad, without the volunteers behind it. I think healthcare would be very different and much poorer in our community.